You're watching NappyCast by Jason Nappy Weather. A big upper level low is moving on the weather highway. Let me show you that right now and get you ready for the next couple of days and your work week. Here is your big upper level low right here. Upper Midwest moving into the Great Lakes. And here is the front that's associated with that upper level low that is going to be moving through the country, especially the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, with severe weather later today in the forecast. So there's a lot of activity going on right now with this front. Fortunately, it did not do as much damage in Oklahoma. However, Texas, North Texas, got hit very hard. There was grapefruit size hail. We'll take a look at that in the forecast here. But this front is pushing south and east in the next several hours and couple of days. It's going to spawn another low pressure system that's going to move through too. So you see that here, surface analysis. This is a snapshot of what the weather looks like right now at the surface. Here is your cold front. Here is your low pressure system. So this front's going to catch up to this one. It's going to move so quickly. And then it's going to basically become one front here. And then you're going to have low pressure right here kind of move up along that boundary into the northeast of New England, which would be for upstate New York a weekend with rain or snow consecutively since November of last year. That is how cyclical the weather is. We're stuck in a cycle and a pattern, and right now that's not changing anytime soon, right? So here is your front that's going to come through your upper level low, right? And then once again, that cold front catches up to the next one. They kind of combine, and then it pushes up into New England, okay? So there will be severe weather with this front, or these fronts combining, right? There's going to be showers, thunderstorms, wind, hail, and even a few tornadoes, although tornado threat is pretty low. But there it is, upper levels of the atmosphere, 25,000 feet up in the sky. There is your big ball of energy that's moving through. There it is. It drags the front, okay? And then that pushes through. And another one goes through northern Maine for Wednesday, where there'll be a few showers and thunderstorms. And then for the weekend, not a lot going on, but there will definitely be some shower activity. You've got a little cutoff upper level low here, which is going to spawn some showers and thunderstorms, Texas, Oklahoma, for late into the week, right? But things do quiet down a little bit after that. So let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center out of Oklahoma and show you where the highest threat for severe weather is today. And it's right here along where that front is, where that one front catches up with the other one for the most part, right? So that's going to spark the showers and thunderstorms. Not a lot of tornado activity. There is a 2 to 5%, actually now just 2% in the deep south, just north there, the Gulf Coast, Alabama, Mississippi, and also back in West Virginia, and also Pennsylvania, back towards Pittsburgh, and over towards Lake Erie, so western New York, so back towards Elmira, heading down towards Erie, and even Buffalo for a tornado. But wind is really where it's widespread, around a 15% opportunity there from basically western New York all the way down to Louisiana, just basically north of where New Orleans is, okay, all the way back down to Georgia, Carolina. Hail is only a 5%, so the threat has gone down. That's your severe weather outlook for the day. I also want to show you the threat here, or really the opportunity for rain. Okay, this is a look at the ensembles, the weather models about the best opportunity here. So this takes a look at the 24-hour rainfall opportunity. And notice here, for that front, you see obviously there's rain in the southeast, but I want to focus on the weekend. So this is Saturday afternoon. Notice there is some green coming in, but if you're watching me from Maine and New England, there is an opportunity here that high pressure squashes this. So that would mean at least central and northern Maine and down east Maine would escape the rain. However, the farther you head south, down towards New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, that's where the shower activity would be if we can get this high to squeeze things down. So right now, fingers crossed that we can get a dry weekend for most of Maine, because after Saturday, things look a little better. But I would not guarantee it just yet, right? Because notice here, on Sunday, late Saturday to Sunday, this other wave starts to come in here. So we're not in the clear yet. But right now, it does not look to be an all weekend washout or even a heavy rain Saturday, right? Like we've had the past several Saturdays. Now, I want to talk about wildfire smoke because there's still a lot of that going on. Okay, so here's your upper level low that is going to pull the wildfire smoke down from Ontario, down from Canada, into the high plains, the upper Midwest. Okay, so this L, the circulation around that is going to pull that, and eventually it's going to push it, yes, back east again, right? So we'll watch this again, another upper level low. It's going to pull that smoke. So that smoke will arrive in Maine Tuesday night. Okay, more wildfire smoke up in New England. Okay, and look at the satellite picture now. Some of that smoke mixing out. It will not be as smoky as it was yesterday. A lot of this is cloud cover. Okay, but some smoke is mixing in. It's not quite out of here. And it will eventually pull out later today and tomorrow before we get another round of wildfire smoke in the forecast. Let me go ahead and pull up the storm reports here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I didn't have it pulled up, but I wanted to pull it up here live for you. The storm reports from what happened with the grapefruit size hail. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Storm reports for yesterday. And let me just go through this briefly here. Some confirmed tornadoes, Oklahoma, potentially Virginia, Texas. But really, look at this, some of this hail. Baseball, 2 3/4 inch size, 2 inch near, looks like Illinois, Kansas, golf ball, 2.5 Illinois. So Illinois got hit pretty hard. Kansas, again, Missouri, 2.5 inch hail. And then here's a baseball, 3.5 inch in Texas. Armstrong, grapefruit. Here it is. Armstrong, Texas got grapefruit size hail. 4.25 inches. Grapefruit. That's massive. That's a gigantic hailstone. In order to have hail that big, you need to have extremely strong updraft just to keep that hailstone bouncing around in the thunderstorm and to keep it up there that long. Think about how much that weighs. It's 4.25 inches at how big grapefruit weighs, right? So that's ice. It's very heavy. So you need a very strong updraft. And there was a very strong updraft with that severe weather yesterday, especially in North Texas, Oklahoma. Okay, that's not coming to Maine today. I'm going to focus now on my loyal followers in Maine. Go ahead and zoom in. Fortunately, we will never, hopefully never see grapefruit size hail in Maine. If that happens, then some things have really changed in the atmosphere because we just don't get the ingredients, that much instability to support grapefruit size hail. We do get hail sometimes. Typically, the worst it gets in Maine is golf ball, which is still pretty big. It's around an inch or so, but 4.25 inches. Okay, but if you see any pictures of the grapefruit size hail, or you're watching me from Texas and Armstrong, probably not. But if you are, I'd love to see a picture of that. Hope no one got injured from that. That will just destroy cars, buildings, and it's devastating for crops. Okay, let's talk about Maine now. Not as much smoke in the forecast today. Rain returns tonight and Tuesday with Father's Day weekend right now up in the air. It's not either way. It's kind of 50-50 right now. I don't want to go either way, but there is an opportunity for rain on Father's Day weekend. But I want to say I don't expect it to be a widespread situation. Now, you can see the sky is milky in Eastport and Portland, Lewis, Auburn. There's still some smoke. There's clouds up in Aroostook County. In Bangor, it's a little milky, but there's some blue there. So the mountains next 10 days, 60s and 70s. No 80s. There will be showers on and off right now, but temperatures are the extreme heat in the mountains, 80s and 90s, are gone for a while. Inland will get to 81 on Wednesday after we get done with the rain Tuesday. And then for Father's Day weekend, I've got a few showers in there, but nothing incredibly heavy. That's the main takeaway from this forecast is that, yes, there likely will be showers this weekend at some point in parts of Maine. But it's not going to be a heavy rain event or an all-weekend washout. So the streak probably continues. If someone made me make a bet right now, I would say the streak probably continues for part of Maine and definitely for the Northeast. But as far as it being a complete washout or downpours or canceling plans, I expect that's okay. Okay, so I don't want you to cancel plans for Father's Day weekend. There will be some showers around, but that's not enough. I don't expect it to cancel plans. So keep the food trucks going, keep the outdoor events. There's a lot going on this weekend, big weekend in Maine. So don't cancel things. Just keep checking back on nappycast.com.